Yeah, hello, welcome to a new game. I started a 15-minute game again, and e4 was played. I go for some modern defense stuff for a change. Didn't play this kind of line that often here in the videos, so let's see what setup the opponent will come up with. He's already played knight f3 pretty early, so the most aggressive options are ruled out already with f4 or f3 or something. Okay, he's gone for a quick bishop to c4. It's a quite solid line. I'm not entirely sure what's correct here. Of course I can just play knight f6, but maybe I have some other ideas to make use of the knight not yet being played to f6. Let's say c6 for instance, or move like that, or maybe c5 even. Let's play c6. Maybe I can even play d6, d5 at some point, winning a tempo on the bishop. Of course I used d6 and d5, which is also two moves, so it's not really an extra tempo or something, but okay, he retreated to b3 voluntarily. I think this makes some sense. If I would play a move like b5 now, which okay, it doesn't make much sense here anyway, because there's no knight on c3, and if there's no knight on c3, b5 is usually pointless. But on b5 he could immediately play a4, so certainly a useful move. I think I don't have much choice than to play knight f6. Okay, it's not a bad move, so no problem there. Usually white plays his queen to e2 in this line, with the bishop on c4 or b3 in this case. Often the queen on e2 would support further push of the e-pawn. Knight c3 is unusual in this kind of setup. Usually you want to play the pawn to c3 to support the center. Okay, let's just castle. Yeah, one key point in this kind of setups for black is always what to do with the light squared bishop, because it's usually a pretty useless piece. Cannot take up an effective post anywhere. Long term you could go b5 and bishop b7 and so on, but it's very time consuming. It is an idea, however, just to play bishop g4 and exchange this off, but well, yeah, certainly not such a bad idea. I guess it's a pretty useless piece anyway. Okay, interesting question now is what to do with the central setup. I could do various things. I could try just e5, which is certainly solid way to do it, but yeah, I think white should be somewhat better there with the bishop pair, but it's no big deal. It's certainly okay for black. It's fairly solid also. Another idea would be maybe to go for c5. Or yeah, other setups don't really make sense, like b5 and stuff like this. Maybe just play knight bd7 first here, and then try to decide if I play c5 or e5. Okay, let's go for e5. Need to stake some claim in the center. Simple solution for white would be now just to take on e5. Oh, we played d5. Oh, I didn't expect that at all. Don't think this is a very dangerous move for me. Okay, let's go quickly through the possible ways to play. Well, cd5 is, I think, easily dismissed because white just has got nice control on d5. I don't have anything concrete for that, especially this bishop on g7, it looks stupid. So I cannot really take on d5. I could let him take on c6, so just keep the tension with queen e7 or knight b6 or some move that doesn't involve pawn move. This was playable, but I think the simplest way to do it is just close the position with c5. This is a simple solution, and it pretty much deadens the bishop on b3. This piece now is completely dead. It can be repositioned, of course, and this is also what I would try here if I was in white shoes, like maneuvers like somehow move the knight and c4 or c3 and then get this bishop back into the game. Or just bishop c4. Yeah, of course, just bishop c4 is the simplest way. Bishop c4 and then maybe a4. Okay, yeah, well, I guess he also saw that he needs to do something about this piece, but he did it in another way. Yeah. But this is a very clumsy piece configuration here. Maybe I should just try to play f5 quickly to get something going against these pieces. So I play knight to e8, try to play f5 quickly. As long as this bishop is bad on b3, I think I should try to make use of this. f5 would be much more difficult to play if he would have already had the bishop in c2 and, I don't know, knight to g3 or something. So okay, let's play f5 now, right? Yeah. Yeah, the whole piece, his whole piece setup is somewhat clumsy with the queen on f3, knight on e2, and the bishop on b3. So these pieces don't really work together very well. Yeah. Maybe he should just play knight c3 back here to get also some squares for the queen to retreat. What I'm not so sure about if he play some move. I don't know. Let's say bishop c2. Yeah. And I'm not sure what I would do then. Would I play f4 in this position? I'm not sure. It could be an idea because of this strange piece setup. Maybe I can quickly, after f4, play g5, h5, g4, and so on, and mate to come. Maybe. But I don't have the light squared bishop anymore. I exchanged this off early. And once you don't have the light squared bishop, this kind of King's Indian structures with f4 need to be assessed really, really correctly. Otherwise, it's not so great. Yeah. Okay. He played knight c3, which was one of the moves I expected. I have another idea actually. Maybe I can also consider knight queen to h4 here, with the idea with bishop f6 to exchange off my bad bishop. Could be an idea. Yeah. Okay. Let's go for this. It's also maybe one idea you need to keep in mind is maybe here f4. Let's say he moves the queen. In case he moves the queen, of course, okay, not to g3, but let's say he moves the queen to d1 or e2 or something, then I would play f4 and then f3 to break up the king position. Then the queen would be very nice on h4. Yes, this was a move I had some doubts about if this would be fine for me or not. I didn't really expect him to play it, so okay. Yeah, the question is if I exchange on g3, I'm not sure if I like this this kind of transformation. Of course, he's got this double pawn. I could take on e4, and then I would have 5 versus 4 on the queen side. But I'm not sure. I think it's his pieces would improve considerably. If I retreat the queen to e7, he might play f4. But on f4, maybe I have an interesting move. Thought maybe I had g5, but yeah, maybe queen g3 I did underestimate a bit. Okay, let's retreat to e7. This of course threatens the simple move f4, and I think white needs to play f4 himself now. It looks logical, at least, unless there's some specific drawback. On f4 I had the quick idea g5 which would be nice if he would take with the pawn anywhere on g5 or e5. Then I would have f4 to fork knight and queen and bishop. f4 g5, f takes g5 f4, or f takes e5 f4, and I will win a piece. But he can take with the queen on g5, and then it doesn't make so much sense. Could take the queen and play f4, but this is not great for me. So let's consider him playing f4 now. I could on f4 Yeah, I could take on f4 or take on e4. Yeah, this was the other basic possibility, of course. And then and now f4. Yeah, do I want to play e4? Well, not really. But I cannot also cannot really let him take here. Maybe I could. It's not the end of the world. I would have knight d6 then also if I have recapture with the pawn. Maybe I have can play one move before I commit this pawn in the center. Yeah. Okay, come on. Let's close this. Yeah, this is kind of a standard position, King's Indian type of position, where White's main plan is to play g4, pawn to g4 at some point. Okay, this is, I don't know, strange move. Well, normal, I guess, would have been, yeah, maybe he was afraid of bishop takes c3, but yeah, okay, this could be an idea. Okay, let's consider options here. I could, I'm asking myself, well, does it make any sense to play bishop d4 and exchange this bishop? Well, okay, come on. I need a rook on the g file anyway, so well, now it gets a bit bizarre. Okay, maybe I try. Maybe he allows me to play even bishop h4 to g3 or something. Yeah, I guess he has to play bishop f2 now, or this one. One of those two moves. Cannot really allow accept me playing a knight bishop to g3. Okay. Yeah, I tried to get more pieces towards the king side. Yeah, it's not so easy to make progress here. Yeah, he really tries to play g4, I guess. Yeah, maybe he can play it. Next move, h5 is not really helpful. I would like to play this, but the king is, of course, he can just play g4 on h5. Yeah, maybe it was just bad to play the knight to g7. Okay, let's drop this back. No idea what this move is doing. Ah, okay. Okay, it had an idea. Okay. Now he cannot play g4 because I got... Yes, so... Rook on h7 now. So this should stop... yeah, this really stopped the g4 ambitions, but this is of course also weird. Okay, let's get rid of this bishop and then quickly put the knight on g4. Yeah, he cannot really take on d4, so this would give me just too much. He might try to invade on e6 here, so yeah, b5 tries to make use of the fact that d5 is not very well protected, so if he takes on b5 ab, knight takes b5 I have d5 to capture. His pieces are somewhat clumsy here, especially the queen. Yeah, I'm down to 2 minutes, so need to be cautious here, not to fall too much behind in time. Yeah, okay, we have now an open file, first time in the game, so try to, of course, get over there. I'm pretty quick here with transferring piece here. Next move could be, yeah, queen to e8. This is also neatly covering h5 and also a4 for ideas like knight to a4 or his pressure on h5, so I can play rook b7 next move. And I can also consider knight to g4. I guess he cannot let it stay there. He needs to take it, and then c4 would also be a weakness. Okay, let's go. If he takes g4 now, I might even take on c4. Knight takes c4, queen e2, I guess. Knight takes e3. Bishop takes h5. I'm not sure about this. Would need to move the queen. Yeah, it should be good for me. Yeah, it should be good. Let's go for this. Yeah, he could have taken here. I thought it would be fine for me, but it's this would have been, of course, much more critical than this now. This is just an extra exchange, and he doesn't have much to show for it. I guess nothing. Yeah, I just need to get okay. Need to get the queen into play. Okay, he can take now queen c3. Okay, but I'm pinning the knight, so he just has this single check. He cannot really invade here. I was a bit afraid of queen f6 first, but of course the knight is just hanging, and this is just winning. Yeah, needs to exchange queens now, and then it's just a complete win with the pawn going through.
Time warning.
Yeah, okay. But I'll manage, I think.
Check. Check. Checkmate.
Yeah, it was a pretty unclear game for quite some time. Despite the fact that he made quite a lot of strange looking moves. I guess this is some indication that I didn't play perfectly as well. Yeah, maybe at this point here I should just play f4, maybe. Not sure. This kind of transformation isn't so great for me. It's not terrible, but if he would have, I don't know, used his opportunities better here, let's say here in this position, I don't know, why doesn't he just play g4? I think white is just better after g4. it's not fatal or winning or something, but white is better. And or here even still possible. Now it's not easy at all, I think. And after h4 it completely turns around, and now I think black is even preferable. Not sure, I was down to 2 minutes, so cannot really be too critical about my play. I think it was somewhat okay, but I still he can take on h5 now, and he really should. I thought it would be okay for me, but it's not so clear. But this is just winning. He needs to take on h5. Okay, he also was down on the clock, and maybe he's not really used to being down to 1 minute or something. Okay, this is just a clean win. Yeah, pretty tense game. Well, thanks for watching, and I think I do two of these games today. So this was the first one, and I start the second immediately.